is a showman. You will have your opinions at home about the way he goes about things, but you can't deny the skill level is off the planet.
I'm the one and only MVP. It doesn't matter who steps in the cage.
That little smile playing across his lips as well. Right hand from MVP, timed Kiely really well there. Kiely's got to keep moving. Look at this, he's just taunting him. Warning there for the referee. Speed is just blurring from Venom Page. Always likes that play acting, the showmanship to go with the serious danger in there.
Like I said, there's no threat from the bottom from Kiely. So MVP, all he has to worry about is that up kick. There's nothing to worry about in the submission department right now. He can just pick and choose his shots from there. There's that up kick.
It's what he does so well, isn't it? He does pick those shots. He thinks about it. Great thinker to go with the obvious violence. And those punishing elbows now, they are finding a way through. Yeah, he's seen enough, he doesn't like it. Point off MVP. Doesn't like it. Feels it went over the line, lack of respect. What do you think about that?
I like the ref a lot. I've worked with him several times. I think sometimes you're just gonna let the fighters do their thing. There's a lot of emotions that build up to fights and make good fights. And they're just in there being showmen. This is the entertainment business. I'm gonna probably, when I get home, hear it from Big John, what he thinks. But
just gonna say, yeah. Big John will have an opinion about that.
Yeah.
Oh, big knee from Venom Page! Wins him brilliantly! The fight that Kiely felt he could win. MVP with the message that he is back!
Yeah, he kept ducking his head. It was an obvious shot. You know what? This is exactly what I expected. I hardly even trained for the guy. I've been on holiday. I've been buying properties. Now it's time to go and fight in the UK, my hometown. And you know what? I want all you Irish fans to come down, man. Show up, show love, please.
Don't forget to subscribe to Bellator MMA for the hardest hits in the cage.
Melillo said he's gonna figure it out when he gets in there.
Got plenty to figure out here, Josh.
The speed and the range has already been a problem.
Always thinking Venom Page, always trying to find a way. Outside leg kick from Venom Page.
Melillo's making a big mistake. You can't wait for him. You cannot wait for MVP. This is what I was afraid of him trying to figure him out while he's in there.
Whose show is it? MVP, right hand, all over. He is long-levered and lethal. Just brilliant from MVP.
So what I want you to do is take a look at the big screen here. Walk us through this knockout for me, please.
Click, click, boom.
Realistically, it was the feints, the in and the out that kind of threw him off. When I had talked to him in the fighter meetings, he said, when I get in there, I'm gonna figure him out. And I just shook my head thinking to myself, MVP's not the guy you wanna figure out in there. And you showed tonight that performance. Look, there's one blemish on your record against Douglas Lima, who's the greatest welterweight in the world right now.
What are we doing? Who wants to see me fight Douglas Lima again? There's your answer. I don't want anybody else. I'm looking for one person. He has the belt. I have a lot of respect for him, but I'm gonna take something back that you stole from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Michael Venom Page.
MVP in that familiar side stance in the red gloves. Saitama Zone in the blue gloves.
Well, there's no doubt Anzai wants to get inside, get Page to the ground, and he's gonna have to do something of exactly what you just saw, those kind of mad rushes in, but he's got to do it without being damaged, and the question is, can that be done?
You know, that's what he's talking about, but getting inside of that range and kickboxing ability of MVP is not easy at all.
Oh, beautiful knee by Venom Page.
Moving backwards, John.
Moving backwards. As soon as he saw that head going down, came up with it, but at least by accepting that blow, Anzai is in a position to try to get Page to the ground, and loses it.
Anzai has power.
Telling you, oh, I'm confident, I understand the distance, I understand what this guy can do, and I know how to move to keep him from being successful. So when you see him start to play, it's usually a problem for his opponent.
There was a guy named Anderson who did something like that.
Exactly the same thing. And it's so, oh, again with the flying knee. And what that flying knee is telling you is Michael Page is not worried about him being taken down. It's crazy. He has fought some good people. He's fought the champ in Lima. He's fought great fighters like Paul Daly. He is not afraid to be in the cage with anybody. See Anzai trying to close distance, trying to cut him off, trying to force him towards the cage. All smart. There he goes down. Big shot. Got a cut.
Yep. Right back up, says MVP.
And that just shows that fight IQ. Whoa. No one does that.
Something magnificent may very well happen momentarily. Right on just missed.
He has no answer for what Michael Page is doing. He is confused. You see him coming forward, and all that forward movement is because he just doesn't know what to do. So I'm trying to crush the space fast, but he's taking heavy shots in doing that.
MVP with a little stutter step.
Remember what I said about playing? There's a knee again.
Every time, John, as he's moving backwards. Unbelievable.
Remember what I said about him playing? When he's starting to play, he's comfortable. He knows, oh, I got you. Now, that doesn't mean that Anzai cannot land a shot that can hurt him. But Anzai's in trouble here. 17 seconds left.
And thus
that is a 10-8 round. He damaged his opponent. He dominated the action. Anzai didn't land anything in that round.
Oh, and again with the flying knee.
Look at Anzai. Anzai is a professional fighter that was the Pancrase middleweight champion, and he's starting to look like a kid in the school. It's over.
It is all over, just like that. Michael Venom Page finishes 2019 with 3 straight knockouts.
Thank you so much for having me here. This is the best arena I've ever been in front of. You guys are amazing. This is a dream come true. Thank you.
It'll be very interesting right off the bat to see how much Ross Houston is just going to sit there and try to bring Page into his game, try to actually counter the counter striker.
Which is what he told us he is going to attempt to do, at least, John, earlier in the week when we spoke to him.
If you're not presenting a problem, things can go bad quickly.
7.5-inch reach advantage could be a problem for Ross Houston.
This is your first fight here. You want to impress, you want to do well, so you make mistakes. He's being very calm, very relaxed, and that shows, you know, that fight IQ.
Well, partner, he's staying true to his word because he said he put a lot of pressure on himself.
You can see just with that kick that Ross Houston attempted, it was off by that distance is giving him problems, but this is exactly where I think he has a very good chance of winning this fight, bringing it to the ground, utilizing that good ground game that he has. Good shoulder pressure right now. But you can tell one of the things that's occurred here is Ross Houston's had this great position, right back to half guard. He hasn't been able to do that damage, and that is what you need to do if you get this opportunity, because you want to do something that's going to slow MVP down. Michael Venom Page has his hands up.
Yes.
Which means Ross Houston has gotten his attention.
You talked to me about it before, John. You said when he gets really loose and Anderson Silva-like is when he's extremely confident and doesn't feel any fear. On your unofficial scorecard, who got round one?
You know, it's going to be a tough round, because if you look at the ground part, Ross wasn't able to do anything. He did 0 damage down there. Now, it was not the most, you look at the time, it might be the judges going with Venom Page. He landed the better strikes, and that took place more. But again, I could see a judge giving it to Ross Houston based upon having him on the ground, having position, but it's more about damage, not position.
Damage first, then cage control. So a very close round one. Red gloves for 17-1, Michael Venom Page, 13 of those wins inside the Bellator cage. Debut. Big shot.
And again, this is where people don't give Michael Page credit. They think he's just this stand-up guy. That was a beautiful takedown by Michael Page. He had Ross off balance, brings him down. Now he's landing good shots. Ooh. That's right to the back of the head, back of the neck. Yep, absolutely. And what it did is, first off, he gave Houston, oh, nice shot by Page again. Good exchange by both of them, but Page got the best of it. But it gives Houston time to recover from it. Right now, the advantage in this fight.
Nice sprawl. Ross still trying to take him down.
And again, wasn't able to, which is telling you, look, MVP is becoming that all-around fighter. He is not this guy that you can just easily take down. Sweeps the leg out. Look where he's at, Mike, riding him out.
MVP being very careful with these strikes, wisely doing just that, as Houston tries to get out of this tough position.
But this is the difference, what we saw in the first round compared to what we're seeing here. Even though Venom Page isn't having the positional dominance that you saw with Ross Houston, now he's into at least side control. He is damaging Houston from these positions.
See some of the damage under the eye, the right eye of the hitman Ross Houston. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. And Big John, especially with MVP doing some of his damage, or the majority of his damage, on the ground. And no disrespect to Ross, that's just MVP's many years of competing.
Ross Houston with the wizard there trying to bring him over. Who's going to do something with the position? Is Page going to try to bring him down again? Because he did good work in the second round on the ground. Look at how hard Ross Houston is working here, trying to get this takedown. He should go to that double leg again, right with where his legs are at. He's trying. Back to the single leg. Needs to be careful of that guillotine.
Final 20 seconds of this fight.
Michael Page ends up in the top position. Ross working his way back out.
Winner by unanimous decision, Michael Venom Page.
Where do you want to go next, and who do you want to face?
Everyone knows the answer to that. I only want one person. One person's giving me my defeat. Wherever you go, middleweight, I'll find you. Light heavyweight, I'll find you. Heavyweight, I'll find you. That's the rematch I want.
Well, he has got a style that is very different. It is hard to deal with. It's hard for anyone to emulate in training. And the only guys that are similar in his style, you're looking at a Ray Daniels, you're looking at a Stephen Thompson. So it's a style that you have got to just be patient with. He is going to be in and out. He's going to move a lot. But what you've got to do is not walk into his power.
You know, esports, super popular, but you're looking at the real thing. It's like MVP is straight out of a video game, and he's a cheat code. And look at that right hand that lands. the showboating. And this is where we talked to Derek Anderson about this, and Anderson's like, you know what? Let him try to piss me off. Let's see what happens then.
Derek says, when I get pissed off, I fight really well, so this is good. Let him piss me off.
Yeah, he's not scared of a fight. Never has been.
No, I'm telling you right now, Derek Anderson he's the prototypical Navy SEAL from Southern California. Tough kid, serves, and just is not afraid of doing anything. And he is definitely not afraid of getting in the cage against Venom Page.
Lead right uppercut by MVP.
One thing that you're seeing out of Derek Anderson is...
Wow, what a combination by MVP. Sorry, John.
Derek Anderson is not being offensive.
Feints from MVP. The mobility. A kick by MVP, and what a recovery by Anderson. A gunshot here at the Fight Sphere, courtesy of Page, and Anderson's nose is broken. But my God.
That kick broke Derek Anderson's nose completely. It is flat on his face right now, so he's not going to be...
A thunderclap, and followed by a right hand.
This is what I was talking about. You start to get into that position. You think you know until you get in there, and all of a sudden it's completely different. He is explosive with his techniques. He is fast. He is accurate. He covers distance so well that you think that you're safe, and all of a sudden he's into you.
Your nose is broken. That's it. Fuck. You got to stop it. You got to stop it, huh? Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. It's over.
Talk to me about the setup. Did you see that kick before you actually decided to pull it out and land it? Did you see that happening?
Yeah, obviously not as effective. I knew I'd land it. It's from the beginning. Obviously, a lot of people know I come in straight lines. Yeah, I'm a sniper. I come down the middle. So, and he kept trying to pull his head to one side, but I wanted to keep checking and seeing if he's going to keep going to the same side, which he did. So I knew eventually I was going to land a shot on that side. I didn't know it was going to be, like I said, I didn't know it was going to be that big, but amazing shot for me.
Was an amazing shot. You also put him down with a right hand. What did you think about him getting up from both of those blows?
Again, he's a tough guy. You know, I really do respect that guy. Very tough young guy. He will be back 100%. I know 100%. I know that. Everybody knows what I want. There's one redemption fight I'm looking for. He's constantly got excuses. For me now, I'm not interested in even calling his name, but everyone knows who he is, and we will meet.
John, if this crowd is waiting for Douglas Lima to become impatient, they're waiting on the wrong guy.
They are waiting on the wrong guy. Douglas does not change who he is.
Lima quickly back up. As you have seen throughout the course of the night, all those walk-offs. Lima good. Now, does MVP stay patient, which he didn't in the first fight? That was an inch away from hitting Lima and behind that ear, which would have been a major problem. Now, Douglas Lima finally saw the opportunity to shoot.
A very smart move by Douglas Lima. Get him to the ground, make him work down here. It doesn't matter even if you end up keeping him down here. It matters that now he has to think about dealing with the takedown.
The other element here, if this qualifies, if it ends up qualifying as another slow start for Douglas Lima, he's fought so many 5-round fights the last few years. A slow start in a 3-round fight is big trouble.
Well, what you're seeing right now, Michael Venom Page has got very big hands and he's got strong hands. The wrist control he's able to now utilize on Douglas Lima. It's not easy to break. Nice job of Douglas trying to pull it away. If he's gonna grab that wrist, you want to think about taking your elbow and rolling it over the top of the wrist and bringing that elbow straight over the top down to the wrist.
He has been able to do at this distance. His name is a wide left hand. He hasn't had to take those leg kicks because he's kept the distance.
Notice, there goes the kick, nothing there. Again, the kick, nothing there.
That's the 3 inches of difference and why this fight is still going on. Deja vu all over again.
How he gets up. He's going to do you. Go to Warren McDonald, go to Koreshkov, go to any of them. They'll go, yeah, he was a different fighter.
Lima looks more comfortable than he did in the first couple of minutes. Mighty wallop of Douglas Lima.
He didn't get hit with a shot that hurt there. He just went down based upon his placement in the cage and slipping down.
Lima's closed the distance. It's subtle, but he's closer now than he was earlier in the fight. Got a pretty good right hand there.
Michael Page definitely needs to figure out when he steps outside of that circle, he needs to get himself back towards the center of the cage.
These are two home run hitters at the plate, and at any second, they can land. Now, a fascinating 2 minutes here.
Well, right now, I would tell you, you have 3 minutes of stand-up where you might have Michael Page barely ahead. Maybe he's barely ahead. Right now, what he's looking towards is making the referee get him back to his feet. The referee at this point, since he's the one that's stalling the fight, he's going to let Lima try to work his way through. It's not a good strategy. Look where he's looking up.
He's looking up. He wants it back on the feet. He wants Mike Beltran to stand him up.
He should be taking his feet, opening up that guard, feet on the hips, push off, get himself up.
Instead, now he is on the defensive. There's the up kick. It doesn't get him out of it.
Scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision. MVP Michael Venom Page.
I wanted to finish. My man's a tough man. I understand why he's been a champion 3 times. Everyone give it up for Douglas Lima, please. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Even when I hit him with those big shots, he just kept coming, and then he started to adjust and make it slightly more difficult. I want to thank Bellator. Massive thanks to Bellator, because this promotion, the reason why it's so full is because of them. And without partnering with these guys, I couldn't do what I do best. So big up for Bellator putting on a great show today.
Yaroslav Amosov is undefeated, 26-0. Is that the guy you want next?
Now I want that bling. Now I want that bling. I've come over, I got my redemption. Now I want that bling. The one and only MVP is back.